welcome back to another broadcast here at Crown Cup Esports. We are in the final weeks now of the group stages, and so we are back with yet another match from this series, Yuurrr versus Theseus. And I know there's a lot of questions going around whether Theseus can guide their ship back to victory, or will they be sunk down and unfortunately not progress. But I am here, I am Yapper, and I've got a brilliant co-caster with me, Sherman. How are you doing?
I'm great, mate. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited for today. Theseus is kind of they're probably my favourite team I work with as of right now. They're very fun people.
That's always good to hear that people are already supporting Theseus. I love the name, actually, honestly. It's such an amazing callback to one of the great parables and fables that people often talk about, but it's not the only amazing only amazing name in this series. In fact, in the champion division, we've got so many amazing names competing this year this season, and I really hope to see some of them in the grand finals.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like I said last time I was here, a very clear kind of APL, I would say domination. We have a lot of APL teams in this bracket for this season. Some of the names I kind of like don't cross the line. I think it's quite nice. NA team, I'm still very upset they didn't win their last game. I love those guys. Shout out to you guys. San San for the Slops, which was my team, which we got absolutely battered on the last stream. Yeah, not so fun.
No, not some fun, unfortunately. But I do have to. I do love San Fran Slop. I do think it is an amazing name. Unfortunately, today though, we are looking at a couple of the midfielder teams here between Theseus and Yuurrr in 15th and 16th position. So this really does determine who's going to be progressing it into the playoffs. The top 16 progress, I believe. I might be wrong on that,
I
but we do
think
have a
I
couple.
think it's top 8.
What was the top eight? I can't believe I got that wrong. I'm
That's
sure
fine.
the producer or Anarchy, who's in chat, no doubt, will be correcting us pretty soon.
Yeah, It is top 8.
It is indeed top eight. But you do need to get a couple of wins in there. So, but this is really for as much as this might not be out of the options for players. I don't think um, there is still potential for an amazing match between these two teams. I'm certainly looking forward to it, especially with teams that are quite close together in the tournament so far.
Yeah, 100%. I
A lot of
think
names as well of Apollo as well, who have been sending a lot of teams over this series. A couple of them at the very top, so I am sure they're going to be celebrating if one of those teams is able to make it off into the grand finals. But I wonder if another team is going to come in and maybe usurp them in the grand finals.
I mean you never know. I think I will I will put down all of my chips, all of my money right now. APO Seoul will win this tournament. I worked for them for a little bit. I know their team inside and out. They have a very, very fun roster, a very, very hard team to beat, very annoying comps they play. I think people have seen them play. If not, I'm going to keep my trap shut. I'm not going to say anything, but they are a very, very, very good team.
Yeah, I think I think I might have to choose a little bit of a different option. I think a team who's not from the Apollo organization are gonna come out on top. I think they're gonna give a good run for the money. I don't think we're gonna see Apollo 1, Apollo 2, or anything like that. I think we're gonna see a good little upset there for sure from someone outside of that. But we do have a couple of teams playing, and we should really be focusing on those, no doubt. So let's have a quick look at today's roster of these two teams. Now, is there
Obviously,
anything in
go ahead.
particular that really stands out to you in these players?
Um, Not particularly. I think I've seen their logo before, but apart from that, I don't recognize any names off the top of my head. So I'm kind of looking at it with some fresh eyes. Not a million percent sure on what they play. Obviously, we have their sheet. Like we have, according to our sheet, their favorite heroes are Diva, Soljin, Genji, Anna, and Lucio. So more than likely, this will be I'm guessing a dive team. Like some little things about this team: the tank player on this team for Eurostack used to play with my flex support from Theseus. Um, According to their sheet, their Lucio player is for New Ajax. Check his PayPal. Um, some very interesting players on the looks of it.
I do wonder if checking their PayPal account is the right thing to do. For me personally, I think I might turn a little bit of a blind eye. That clip was absolutely incredible. So I honestly, if we have it again, I want to see it again. I'm not sure if such a request could ever possibly be honored, but I do see that a couple of these players have chosen quite recent heroes that have been released a couple of weeks ago. And this is, in fact, the first week that these teams are going to be able to pick these characters in this tournament. So I'm excited to see if Creepy really, really will be picking that Aram.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, according to according to Theseus, one thing they did find out was this team does really like to play Anran. As far as they are aware, I'm not sure if they've just seen it from scrims, if it's just from hearing their name and people have seen them play a lot of Anran before, but that's what we have heard. Will they play it? I have no idea. So we'll just have to wait and see.
That is true. But
There
here
they
is
are.
Theseus with all
Oh,
their
I love them.
wonderful philosophical questions, no doubt.
Oh, these guys are great. Obviously, we have my off-tank player on tank. We have he's called Zarya, we call him Valentine. A very good Zarya player, a very good Diva player. He kind of prefers off tanks from what he plays. Lord Oppressor and Holden on DPS. Holden is an amazing IGL for this team. Very, very clear comms. Whenever he's with this team, it is very, very rare. They will be like they'll have a bad mental. It's very rare they'll start to like slump. There's always a chance of them winning if Holden's on their team. The Presso is a very consistent hit scan player. I don't, off the top of my head, there isn't a hit scan that he is completely awful at. He's very, very consistent. And then we have my backline, lovely Spob and Mary. Definitely the more, I can't think of a nice word to describe it. Spontaneous is the word I would use. Both Spob being a very, very good Lucio player, I believe. My hitting GM as well. Um, Mary is she's my Kiri. She's definitely a Kiri player. If I see more than one TP Suzu this game, Mary, you're going to be I'm not you're going to be in trouble. She has a very bad tendency to use TP Suzus a lot.
I see. Well, hopefully we don't be seeing those kind of mistakes in this game because, any kind of little mistake, no matter the advantage, if you make too many of them, you're just going to be losing ground and you're going to be losing the match, unfortunately. But it does sound like Theseus is quite the little favorite for one of our casters here, Sherman, nodding your head enthusiastically. I think that only means I've got one choice, but to support your stack here. And I hope that if you are in chat right now, that you are in there supporting your team, looking forward to seeing which one is going to come out on top. Because the only way to find out is by sticking around and watching this broadcast. I'm sure we've got plenty more to go. We're just waiting on the teams now to be ready, but we are going to be going into their map pick, which is Samoa. What do you think of that as a map pick?
I'm not I'm not 100% sure whose map pick this was. I don't think I've seen Busan played at all. I don't think I've seen Nepal played. I think I've seen Ilios once. Samoa is definitely a clear favorite. In my opinion, it's the best map out of those four. Very, very nice map, nice and flat. Very, very hard to mess up compared to like an Ilios. Very dive oriented. There's a lot of stuff you can go wrong. But yeah, I'm all for this map. I love it. I love Samoa. I think it's my favorite um control map, apart from probably Lijiang. I think everybody loves Lijiang, but yeah, it's a very good map.
Lijiang, Lijiang is an amazing map. For me personally, Samoa is not my favorite. It's actually probably my least favorite, but it does seem that a little bit of those, favorites has eat into, your team Theseus choosing um, that map. But we are going to have a little bit of a hero ban as well. Just a quick reminder, whoever picks the map is always going to be picking the first ban, and
Yep.
the other team can't ban the same hero within the same role. So we have a couple of interesting bans, but I'm not entirely sure why they would ban Reinhardt for Theseus. But the Vendetta, that makes sense to me.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if Eurostack plays Rhine. I know why my team banned Rhine. I won't. I won't put
Reveal.
anything in the air. It's just that is the only character that can mess them up a lot. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know why they did it now. I don't even know if Eurostack plays Rhine. The Vendetta ban is really smart. My team does love to play does love a bit of Vendetta every now and then.
To be honest, I'm a little sad. I love Ryan, so it's disappointing to not see Ryan here, but perhaps we might see it on a later map. It looks like they are going to be going out though with a monkey to start off with, which is a little bit of an interesting choice. Not the strongest hero right now.
Definitely not in a strong spot, but I think we do see Theseus on the round TV comp. Very good. Monkey does look for a really early engage on Force's bubble, which is quite unlucky.
Unfortunately, they go down early, losing a player already. Two, in fact, as Theseus are going to have to back off shortly. The jump comes in onto the back line of Theseus, who's going down. There's nothing left. They've given up, just sitting there already, and the Ram has to back all the way. But they're asking for a pause, and it should be coming out just about now that the fight is over.
I was going to say that was quite a nice opening pick from Holden, catching the Genji on his engage, messing up his dash. I don't know what happened there. I think. Oh my! I guess we get the answer. Kiri's mouse died.
That makes sense. That does make it a little bit harder to play. If you can't
Yeah,
move your mice
just a bit.
around, you can't get getting those cheeky little headshots, especially with Kiriko. You could be an absolute menace if you're getting those shots.
I would love. My voice. Sorry. I would love to back you on that, but knowing Mary, she's still quite scared on Kiri. Which there's still she might get some headshots in there, hopefully, but yeah. I was just quite unlucky having your main heals pretty much not be able to play the game for a solid 5 seconds. That would explain why their engage killed them so quickly. Not being able to use their Suzu, not being able to keep up their tank or the what's it called? Keep the tank or the Symmetra, sorry. So it was definitely I guess that's the main issue why they lost. They might.
Yeah.
I don't know if that will call for a map reset. It was obviously literally the first fight, so it might go to a reset. Okay, no, we're just going to straight to an unpause. That's completely fine.
Well, it is going to be giving your stack a bit of an advantage, even though it's an unfortunate situation. That is unfortunately how the cookie crumbles this time around, or the cake, as some people might say. I keep telling no, look, Jaffa cakes, the cakes, okay?
You keep telling yourself
cake,
that, mate. Keep telling yourself
the
that.
Cakes.
They're not. Okay, we do see Theseus swap onto the Ram, off the Ram sim, comes to a Reaper Diva. Fully understandable into the monkey comp. This wasn't a necessary swap, but this is just playing more for their comfort. We do a really good team play on the side of Theseus.
Yeah, I think so, but they are going for a dive hit now. Yuurrr here, trying to get some damage, poking in, focusing on the Diva now, who's jived in. Susu saving them for now. Unfortunately, they've also lost a player. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to stabilize.
That's
Diva forcing them away, forcing the reset. They lose the two little fights that go on.
very, 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 very unlucky engage. I think just off-timed. I don't think they were going on the same target. Diva got forced really, really early by the monkey. It was a nice Suzu from the Kiri though, but they need to be a lot more picky on who they go on top of. Ideally, they need to get on top of this Soldier if they can get away with it.
But there's so much time lost already in this first round. team here trying to do their best to contest on the high ground, but the D.Va is going to have a bit of an advantage. Genji Blade comes out, he's looking for a big one, doesn't find any kills just yet. Oh, never mind, he's able to pick up the kill on the Lucio, who's so close to beat. A critical loss for Theseus. 2 ultimates online, but there's just no need to invest them, surely.
Does get trade out there. Holder does get 2 picks, Monkey and Kiri. That's a really, really nice engage. Soldier's one. Lovely. Very, very smart Blade. They probably knew that we weren't going to have beat yet, but went way too deep with that Blade. He should have tried to slow down a bit as soon as he got that first pick. Just get out. He had no reason to greed and go that deep to try to get the D.Va as well.
Yeah, well, that first pick onto the Lucio was the most valuable pick you could possibly have gotten, and unfortunately, from then on, I mean, you don't really want to be giving up, forcing yourself to use too many resources, but plenty of resources on the side of Yuurrr's stack. Ultimate's coming out line. Use of the Kiri ultimate, but the bomb is going to come. It doesn't, finds 1, Holden finds 2 as well on their own with the Death Blossom. Holden is keeping this team alive, holding the point yet, for more time.
That is my very, very good Blossom from Holden. Obviously playing a lot more patient. Very smart, not playing on their Kitsune. We just walked back. Obviously bomb was forced, which was slightly unlucky, but that was a very, very smart play from Theseus.
Absolutely. It's a good play to be patient. You don't have to be aggressive and using cooldowns when you don't need to, so that you have the opportunity to use them when the chance arrives, and seems like Theseus have been doing a great job of that. Just a couple of kills with the Blossom as well. It's all that you really need to turn a fight around. But they got their own ultimates of themselves. Popping out the Kiri ultimate, one of the most valuable ultimates that they have. Attack speed up, charging through that health pool of the Monkey, forces him out to use that ultimate. But they're just getting isolated and pushed back. They've lost their tank. Is this the opportunity for Yuurrr to turn it around? The beat comes out to keep them alive a little bit longer. And they get the kills, and they're forcing them away.
Point still isn't unlocked though. But it's still definitely. I do look for a beat for a re-engage. Reaper is back. Oh, they're so close to Blossom.
No, the camera!
For goodness sake. Okay, it's 100% winnable though. Soldier no slide looking main. Soldier 1. Oh, is it so close?
So close. Baby D.Va comes out. He's not able to get the kill. They're not able to remake. But the Lucio is still on point with one of their team members. The Overclock comes out as well, trying to find the kill. Oh, there's not.
Can they touch? They can
need.
touch. Reaper does have Blossom.
With those extra perks, they are able to get the kill that they need. Now there's 3 of them on point, just a Monkey.
Oh, huge pick on the Lucio. Yes! Oh, I was so happy.
That was good. That was well played by Theseus.
So good.
I hope chat, no matter who you decided to vote for and predict of winning this particular map, I hope you can see now why Sherman has been so excited to see Theseus play, and I'm sure we're going to see even more of that. But that first round, it's a good omen for the future maps for it to be that close.
Very, very. I think smart swaps from both sides. I think the Anran swap was definitely better into the D.Va, so that was smart from Yuurrr. I think that last fight was just very, very scrappy, very back and forth. I think both teams should just took a little bit more time just to stabilise for that last fight, so they just keep going in. Yeah, which wasn't as good. We do see swap into the Zarya from the side of Theseus, which is a really smart pick for this team, just playing for TPs on Reaper. Yuurrr is going with the Anran again, looking to play with D.Va, which, again, still a good pick. Anran's in a really good position. I think we were right at the start that this team does like to play Anran by the looks of it.
Yeah, Amran, the newest hero to be added in with bulk, which they made a weird decision to add all 5 at once. Amran,
they did, yes.
The DPS, using all their flames to try and do as much damage as possible, getting damage bonus as well when they are on fire. But this fight has turned yet again scrappy, but now Yuurrr, they have the point, but Theseus have the high ground, and they're looking to push in, goes into the backline, tries to find a kill, and they're sneaking on the backline. Isn't able to get it, goes low, has resources invested. But the rest of the team, they chew into that, knowing all these are gone. Get the kill that they need. And yet,
Lucio is one though, can they get
quite enough.
nice. Very, 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 very clean. I think as soon as that Diva went into Baby, they were very, very smart. Kept her in Baby as long as possible before Lord Depresso finally got the finishing picks. That was really, really nice.
Yeah, losing the tank is always a critical part of compositions. We've got so much health pool and a lot of resources to really mitigate and control space, much more so than other characters.
Yeah, 100%. We do see, we already have Grav from the side of Theseus. I don't know if Yuurrr's going to think of it now. I think they have it already. Really strange. Looking for like a kind of a flank from top left from Theseus. We do just point
moving by the Diva though.
Yeah, Diva. I don't think Diva got the memo. Pretty much pushing 4 people at once. Not the smartest thing to do. Unlucky. I think Fearfix is
lack
our name,
of teammates to help.
Ooh, we do see a swap into. Yeah, I do look for a Zarya mirror now. I think definitely smarter. Definitely getting off the Diva. Definitely a harder tank to play into Zarya. So this is definitely a really smart swap.
Well, hopefully it's going to be making all the difference to them. Charging already, coming up, trading ultimates left and right from both sides, but Holden is able to pick up the kill crucially with the Death Blossom. They trade out with the supports. DPS goes down. And now it's just a battle between these tanks, and Theseus, they have the upper hand in so many different ways. Your tanks just have to back off.
Yeah, we still Theseus has pretty much already one ult up already. Obviously from the Zarya swap, Valentine still has his Grav. Both teams did use 2 ults for that fight, so it wasn't an even trade, but it's still on the side of Theseus in terms of ult value. Very nice beat though to try and counter out the Grav.
Sorry, this is all going all too quickly. Grav comes out, he's trying to pick up the kill. The team joins together, but unfortunately Yuurrr, they're able to stabilize, come back, get the kill onto the Zarya and the Reaper, turn this around, pick up the point. You used to be elated if you're Yuurrr from that.
Yeah. Lovely little stun at the end from Spobler, but that was a really, really smart beat. Very, very good. Not sure about the OC though from Theseus. That was definitely a overestimated ult. They should have just kept that in pocket and just went with the Grav. Definitely would have been the smarter play to do.
Yeah, sorry, and you did also mention as well the value of the ult trade. It's such a little thing that's just often ignored and not really talked about very much in this kind of level of gameplay.
Really, really good opening hit though from the presser, looking to force out the soldier. We do see Reaper going really early, trying to force out Zarya. Don't know how many bubbles we have left for point. Like one bubble popped on. Really, really good pick onto the
but they are going to be ultimates popped
though.
here from the Aran to try and keep the fight alive. It's like your self-res, keeping you alive a little bit longer, trying to do as much damage as you possibly can, and they are pushing the DPS and tank all the way back. Isn't able to quite get the kill, but it should be more than enough for Yuurrr to capitalize on this. The grab comes out as well, stalling for a little bit longer. Beat tried to keep them alive. Unfortunately, Holden is going to go down. And the Kitsune Rush is not able to find value on the side of Theseus, and now Yuurrr with the second, going second, giving them the advantage, and now they're just gonna bully them into this little corner. That's all that they need to start to equalize the round as the members of Theseus trickle in, try and keep overtime alive. But there's no one around, and it's going to be a round win for Yuurrr, equalizing it for now, but yet again another close round in this control point map.
Very, very, very close. Again, I think they're just slightly overestimating their ults. I think the only mistake I would say from the side of Yuurrr on that last fight, like they made the fight as long as possible, just trying to stall out as much time as possible, knowing that if Theseus won that fight, they're pretty much guaranteed to win since they only had 97% left. The only thing that I would have changed there was just don't invest a beat from Yuurrr. Your Grav was just popped. Theseus had to invest their beat. Why are we putting our beat? There's no need to. Just keep it. It's just a slight misplay there, but apart from that, very, very clean from Yuurrr.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, the clean play is really important. I feel like as you get higher and higher in the levels of competition, it really becomes about polishing those edges, making sure that you're playing with intent rather than just hoping and seeing.
Yeah, 100%. Again, we do see the Zarya some really clean pick though from the press onto creepy to start off the fight. Sorry, does invest one bubble and just back out. We are just going to play for point here from Theseus ideally. Just we're already down them, already down their hits. And just play the point. We do get point cap. That is lovely, and we are just trying to set up self on bridge. Very very smart. I think the Anran versus the Reaper in these Zarya comps is slightly underwhelming compared to the Reaper. I guess it's a lot harder to play for bubbles on an Anran since she's a lot more flanky, a lot faster. What does she do? Oh, she really needs it.
Yeah, actually, the with the Amran and all these new heroes, it's not something we really talked about yet on the stream, but I'm interested to see how this goes down. It's not the hero I was expecting to see, but they did get buffed in the recent patch. But it doesn't really matter
Another,
though,
yeah,
because
another
Lopresso
real.
here is getting those kills, getting those nice headshots. And that's all that they really need is charge in here, getting the kills that they need, being aggressive. And the Kiri has nowhere
So's
to
the
go.
Madman. Oh, really, really good, really, really good fight. Playing again, smart from Theseus, just letting them play in the LOS of their Soldier, letting the Soldier do that really, just really consistent damage, and then holding Valentine on the Diva and Diva on the Zarya Reaper just gets to follow it up. Really, really clean.
And I hope that they're going to be keeping on doing that in these future fights. But the Reaper is already forced to use their Wraith early. Unless they don't capitalize on this. But now the Reaper is using their opportunity to play aggressively, give some charge for the Zarya in this Zarya Reaper composition. And just look at this Theseus, able to get a couple of clean kills, and your stack are dead. They're barely even being able to build ults at this rate.
Like like you just pointed out, they're very struggling with what we. I'm not sure about the swap onto Winston right now. Like we have pretty much every ult from the side of Theseus apart from OC, which is the only ult that the Winston can actually shut down. So it's going to be a very strange swap. And he does
Well,
go down
fortunately,
really
it's not going to
early.
matter too much because they go down early on in the fight. Ultimates galore coming out, but it's Grab, it's the Kiriko ult, it's the Beat, it's the Blossom. They just use everything all at once in this final fight because they weren't pressured to use them before. And they just secured that first map win for Theseus.
Oh, I'm so happy. That was definitely a redemption for Theseus. From that second point, but I think they just started to struggle a little bit. Obviously, a lot of swaps on that map. I guess slightly sometimes understanding what's going on, but very, very, very good from Theseus. Obviously, your stack had a lot of nice and clean fights on all 3 points as well. Actually, on the first 2 points, maybe not as much on the third point. Sorry, but this is definitely gonna be a lot closer than I thought it would be. 100%.
Yeah, definitely a lot closer with how it's working out. Theseus, as you're saying, I mean, I can see why you're happy about Theseus and you're glazing Theseus quite so much, but I think your stack. I'm gonna play maybe the devil's advocate. Some might say, but I'm gonna say that your stack. I think they've got a shot in this, right?
Yeah,
That last round, they went poorly for them, but I have seen some incredible turnarounds from all sorts of teams. So I think that even though they may not have been able to build their ultimates, they might not have needed to force their ultimates out. Or sorry, they weren't able to force the ultimates out of Theseus. I think they've got a chance, right? That was some
yeah,
great plays from the side of your stack. They were able to play well together. They were able to pick up the kills that they needed. I'm just perhaps maybe that Zarya composition wasn't really working for them.
yeah. I think I think I'm guessing that they would only ban Rhine, like from Thesis, they would only ban Rhine on the first map if they knew that the enemy team had a Rhine player. Like Samoa isn't a great map for Rhine. It's definitely not the worst, but it's not great. It'd be a lot better to keep the Rhine ban for like maybe a hybrid map, a flashpoint map, where again you're forced to play a really kind of enclosed flat map, a lot of corners to control. Ryan, like for this team's Zarya comp, the only character that's been able to mess them up a lot that they haven't had a great deal of wins against is Ryan comps, which is why they would ban them, which is why they want to ban Ryan. I'm guessing that this team from your stack does have a Ryan player, which we might see on the second and third map if it is true. But yeah, I think I'd be doing them an injustice if I didn't glaze my team because they have worked so hard. I'm very happy. I'm so happy for them to watch them like play actual good Overwatch. This is nice.
Absolutely. I think that's probably one of the best feelings any coach or manager can possibly have is seeing your team playing well, being comfortable in what they're doing and achieving it. It's not just the kind of the mess that you might have been seeing before or all the problems that you've been through, but just to see them succeeding. It's such a satisfying feeling to have. But speaking of hero bands and maybe saving that Ryan for a hybrid map, we do have hybrid next, and we've gone to the best map in the game. Fight
For
me.
Ryan.
It's King's Row.
Yep, we are on Kings Row. I think I'm guessing the people that picked the map pools for this tournament were a lot smarter. If they had picked Lijiang as one of the control maps, it would have just been Lijiang and Kings every time, which is what I've seen before in other tournaments. I don't. I think we've seen Iconmold a couple of
We've
times.
seen Iconfall quite a few times,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Iconmold's definitely been one of the main picks, but okay. Oh, this is quite annoying. So we do see the Zarya ban from the side of your stack, fully justified. I think, like you said before, maybe the Zarya comps isn't their strong point. Like starting to struggle on that third point with the Zarya, but banning it is definitely a smarter move. Banning May from Theseus, I'm not sure where they were going with that. Maybe they just really don't want to play May on this map. Maybe they know that your stack likes to play May on this map. I'm not a million percent sure. Could be anything. I guess the
Well,
only thing that it 100% does, it definitely stops very hard brawl comps like Ram May comps, Ryan May comps, kind of that play want to play around wall for this kind of enclosed map.
yeah, I'm a little bit interested to see how things will go. Um, it's not the kind of thing. Okay, I'm gonna say that I think that May on King's Row is a reasonably good choice if you're playing into like a sort of brawly kind of composition, and maybe you're trying to poke them just a little bit with your icicles, and you're really looking for quick, short fights. And if you're going for someone like Lifeweaver, or you're playing with a character that needs those longer fights, I think Zarya is a great example of that. Then the May can really shut that down, but they've already banned Zarya, and it was their map pick, so I'm a little
Yeah.
bit curious.
I don't know about you, but I'm slightly. I'm gonna. Okay, I'm guessing that the life with swap is just to get some people on height. I'm praying for the side of your stack we don't play Weaver Lucio. That will hurt me deep down. Obviously, we're gonna see a Widow trying to look for maybe literally look for a pick from the window. Theseus's comp again, lovely and textbook comp. I'm not sure about the. I'm not sure about the Venture. Sorry, the Vendetta. At least for defense, at least. I know that this team likes to play Symmetra with Ram a lot of the time, so I guess, or like maybe even the Genji, but I'm not sure about the Vendetta personally. I'm not a million percent sure. Okay, yeah, we do see that it is just for like a quick pick, look for the grapple.
That is annoying. I wish we could have seen at least a comic pick. Well,
I would
our
be
server
very
tried, so that's what
surprised.
matters.
Yeah, they do try. But yeah, this is definitely a nice cleaner comp.
And we see the team here of your stack pushing up onto one of the second high grounds that are also crucial to winning this first point. But they're using that little immortality field, perhaps early some might say, to try and protect them from this high ground, prevent them from taking this high ground. But as soon as they've got control of two of those high grounds, they've got control of the point.
Yeah, I mean, this monkey comp, 100% on this map is going to be as soon as Theseus drop off high ground, mainly the Ram. As soon as that Ram drops, the backline is completely free to go on, so I need to be really, really careful on what the Ram does at this point. I mean, we are just going to see points capped really from based off that one. Actually, we do get a re-engage, okay.
Well, I think it's worth it, why not? Might as well go for it, and it's working out well so far.
It does work.
But maybe just
not.
a little
Wait,
bit
no,
too much.
even.
There's a couple of players remaining. Oh, the monkey is the only one left. You got a couple of players, but the monkey is now chasing down this. In the background, before we could see it, one of the players taking down the remaining player on the point, preventing the capture. But we do see it go down quickly.
Yeah, very, very deep from Monkey. Smart, just forcing out the hit scan, let the rest of you, let the last person in your team cap the point. Definitely a smart play. He needs to be really careful though with this bubble against this rally. Without this bubble, he's going to get burnt instantly. He needs to be really careful.
Well, he's getting jumped on now by the Vendetta, hoping to get a pick, try and demolish this Monkey who's just jumping around free to rain and get the kills on the back line. Like you're saying, the Ramatra is just really careful because the back line is just so diveable of Theseus, unfortunately.
Very unfortunate. The Monkey, we do get a trade from the Vendetta onto the Monkey. Definitely a better trade from the side of Theseus. The Valentine does fall, unfortunately, and Spob and the rest, and it's just like dominoes and the rest of them go. I just don't think we should be playing Vendetta here. We should probably just go onto a Reaper from the side of Theseus. It's going to be quite awkward to play Vendetta against the Monkey comp.
Yeah, the Vendetta tends to, correct me if I'm wrong, but do best when kind of jumping into the backline to find those squishy heroes on the dive. But if you're not really able to do that, and you're trying to protect your support from the dive of the Monkey, it's just not really going to work. It's just not an anti-tank hero.
Not as much. That's a really clean disruptor from Creepy. Really
getting a
really
double
well
kill.
placed.
Whoa, that's clean as well.
Triple
Creepy
kill.
is on fire right now, getting the kills they need.
Quadra kill.
But it's just,
Can we get a team kill?
yeah.
Oh, lucky. Very clean from your side.
Yeah. And more than enough to secure the first point, and they're already here processing, knowing exactly where to set up on the aggression already, trying to get the right angles, the right positions to really just disrupt the ability of Theseus. Doesn't matter if they have more rolls, better rolls, whatever. If you are in the right position, it's not going to mean anything. These ultimates are going to be coming out. Overclock finds nobody. Fortunately, gets taken down by Holden. Now the Ramatra charging in, trying to find who they can, but it's just not able to. All the meanwhile, Yuurrr with the monkeys in the backline, or was. He comes out as well to try and keep Theseus alive a little bit longer. Monkey pops that ultimate, but it's just not going to be enough. Yuurrr have been thoroughly disrupted from the point. Theseus getting a holding at long last.
Yep. Finally starting to change the pace. This point should be the best one for Theseus against this monkey comp. It's really enclosed. Monkey's probably going to struggle here. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a swap onto maybe like a Diva, maybe even back onto like a Ram Mirror, something like that. Monkey might struggle here. Another really good opening pick.
Straight away though onto the Kiriko. Unfortunately, that's one player down, but the beat is going to come out to try and keep them alive. They've all started to focus down that Theseus, that so low health Theseus, but unfortunately, it's not going to matter because they get the pick on the TPS from Yuurrr, who was so close to the blade. Oh, they were starting to focus it down, but it just wasn't enough.
That was really unlucky. The Ram form was so low. I don't know how we survived. It was just a really good Lucio and or the Kiri TP back from spawn to keep him up. I'm not 1,000,000% sure what kept him alive. That was really good. Lovely actually kiting away as well. I'm glad that we didn't just try to keep running them down with the Ram ult. That was quite smart. We do see OC and BR built up again. We do see the Vendetta ult as well. Nano is popped early on the game. Oh, it is a Nano Blade after all.
Yeah.
Is he going to get a pick though?
He is able to find one.
Oh, it's traded out though. What a vortex!
Beautiful use of their ability. Overclock is out as well, but they haven't been able to find anyone just yet.
Both sports are low.
They are indeed.
It's holding.
Come on!
Lucky.
I believe!
There's someone to somber. OC's pop bait. Can they get a pick with it though? Oh, Ram is very
low.
Oh,
messy, desperate fight, but Creepy's popping up, getting 2 kills with the overclock already. Looking for a third. Will they find it? No, they won't. At least not yet. The team is healthy, stabilized by the supports. But they've got no tank to really push up and into this objective to make use of the vulnerability that they've made. And now, Zarian here is able to get back. And we're all back again. He comes out aggressively trying to find some extra pace, give them some more survivability as they push in. Aim's able to find one on the back line. sorry, on the DPS.
Really nice ram ult from Valentine there. Unfortunately, they cannot keep him up any longer on the point. So Primal just looking to keep him up. Just looks for some extra picks. I do see the swap onto the Reef. I've only just noticed. Holden's down, unfortunately. Freeman going to pick up the spot. That's going to be point caps, unfortunately, with a very good hold in all things. You look at all things in general. They capped the second point with I think 4.5 minutes. Getting that clock down to just 1 minute and 4 seconds is a really good hold.
Yeah, I absolutely have to agree because quite honestly, it could have been the other way around. They could have held the first point for an incredibly long time and then just got rolled for the rest of it. So I think, honestly, this is one of the strongest, best outcomes that they could really hope for. But your stack, it started to feel like they were starting to get a little bit desperate near the end. Like they were very
Yeah.
confident that it was going to work, and then it felt like things started to crumble for them.
I think I did just hit the nail on the head, as I hoped to do. The Monkey was going to struggle a lot on that point, as they did. Really hard to keep, especially when they were running the Ana alongside the Monkey. It's really hard to keep a good angle for the Ana on that point. There's not many play on, at least for it on attack at least. Very high ground intensive, so not having a support that can get to the high ground easily is really unlucky. But yeah, we do some friendly, some friendly,
Some
friendly
vibing
team,
out, dancing.
yeah, friendly team vibes. You love to see that. Like, okay, this is where we're going to pull out the Symmetra from Theseus. This is something that they're very confident at. Again, there's a lot more of an REGL character, being able to, you can choose when your team engages or not, which is that's a really nice antidote to the spawn, hitting 4, that's really nice.
Yeah, it really is nice. Getting a little bit of early chip in, preventing, delaying them a little bit, getting some extra ult charge as well. But now comes the real thing. Well, will they be able to take the first point? They are able to TP up high, so now the Ram is coming in from behind, like ninja style, trying to get a couple of kills, but instead is isolated and gets killed out by the 2 members of your stack, the Lucio and the Vendetta. But this strategy from Theseus, they're already switching off it.
Yeah, instant swap onto the Vendetta Diva. I think just looking for a mirror all round. I think they're just planning on knowing that they think they can play this comp better. Again, that's sort of an ego play. If they do win, I'll be happy. But in this situation, I don't know if it's the smartest thing to do. I think definitely the sim. Okay, that's a really nice pick early onto the Vendetta, but I think the unlucky depressor. Both hit scan and the flex support are killed. Diva is really low though on point. It's definitely look for a trade here. Really nice.
Yeah, and all the resources as well of the Ana is gone, and they lose their mech already. So they're still not able to capture the point, and they still haven't managed to get control of 2 of those 3 little areas, side zones on this map, which is always
really
crucial to get the point.
I would not play in there, Diva. You should walk back. Okay, really nice follow up from Mary on the engage from the what's it called, Vendetta and Diva.
Oh, but they let the Diva be mech. Sure, the Diva can escape.
Can she escape?
Sure, the Diva can escape, right?
She does get out.
Okay.
Oh, hang on. She's half HP, no armor. Actually, no, she's definitely gonna get out. They're gonna look for a re-engage. They are so close. I don't pop no, it's not. No, it's just very flashy skin over from Fearfic. Oh, she is the end. She is the mech though. Holden's 1 HP in the corner. Oh, that is point capped. I think they slightly forgot about the point. That's quite unlucky.
Absolutely. In the messy fight that went on in the end, Theseus are able to cap the point. Just as dominant over first push as well from Theseus as your stack. The previous round, and I wonder if that's going to continue. But with this kind of Diva able to sort of jump up into these high grounds and harass players, and with the DM as well to peel for their supports, is honestly doing an incredible job.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know if you've noticed, but look at the ult bank from both teams. This might be a very ult heavy fight coming up. This is something I want to see some smart ult pops from both teams, please.
It's really going to come down to whether they can use these ultimates as effectively as possible. Still no ultimate being popped from all of these teams despite having 6. Oh, now it comes out at long last. There we go. Starting the W surely at this point. Or it's just going to be Nano. Nano's all that they need to start taking Theseus apart. They're not going to invest any other ults, and they don't need to win that fight.
Okay, maybe I overestimate. Maybe just one Nano will do it again. Nice ult, very good ult. You cannot complain about that.
No.
Very very clean.
Yeah.
I don't know if Theseus are just trying to play for an ult bank time bank and just force some ults early without investing anything, but they need, like, I don't want them to overestimate the time. They need to look for something early. They can pop that whole guy extremely low, just get Suzu forced. Really nice pick. It's a bit better.
Yeah, but now the ultimate is being used, the resource is being used as well. They're going to be able to protect against the upcoming ultimates. They are able to find one pick finally. Holden. They've invested so many. They invested their overclock your stack. They invested their beats as well to try and stay alive. They still lost 2 of their members. Diva Mech comes out as well, using the bomb remech, isn't able to find the kill, and Lord Espresso finds another pick onto the baby Diva. Just when you use your ultimate to remech, it means nothing in the face of the accuracy, DPS, that is Lord Espresso.
Depresso, not Espresso. I think if I let you keep calling him Espresso, he will kill me. Wait, hang on. Anna goes off the map somehow.
What? I didn't know.
How?
How?
We might need a replay on that, but okay, just a really nice Kitsune on point, to be honest. I don't really get to touch. I don't know about again. They're investing OC and the kits I've just seen. I don't know if that, again. I think that's just maybe a comm issue, not choosing what ult to pop. I just got a little bit scared. But yeah, 3 minutes 10 on the clock for this push. Definitely good. I think again this point might be really early pick.
The Vendetta gets a pick onto Lord's Espresso, and might be more than enough, at least to push them off the high ground and push them back, try and get a kill. But this Merodon versus Vendetta, which is a bit surprising, but Nano comes out as well. Ultimate comes out, is able to find one with the hit kill. No way.
That's
trying to chase them down.
Okay, Nano Vendetta ult is definitely an ult you could Nano. I personally wouldn't do it, but if it went to the fight, you cannot complain.
I think it's just worth nanoing the character, Vendetta as a whole. It gives them a whole bunch more damage to, jump in into the backline as well. Sure, they get. Oh no, the Vendetta's lost it. Saw that on stream. That is beautiful. Players already commentating on it, and they're having to back up because there's no way they're going to be able to win that with one player down.
Very unlucky engage. I just don't think going straight towards the Lucio for an engage is smart knowing they have boot. See, this is smart. I just closing the distance, trying to get closer before they actually do their game, minimizing the time actually be given to boot.
I just think they're running out of time, but they've still got plenty to go. Their ultimates, they have an advantage at the moment, but it all comes down to whether your stack are able to build up their ultimates, be a little bit passive, not too aggressive, and lose them. VMech comes out here and uses the bomb remech as well at full HP. B comes out as well to keep them alive during the remech. Don't want to repeat of that overclock incident as before. Look at this, all the teammates of your stack are so low. B comes out from Theseus to keep them alive. Overclock comes out as well. Holden finds another pick with their ultimate. It's just so much value from these ultimates, and yet they still got their remech as well. Diva bomb remech. Nano is the only ultimate that's close here for your stack. It's just not going to be enough. Switching to fast here to try and stall it out as much as possible. Maybe try and get into overtime. It's the best option at this moment because of how the rules of hybrid work, and it's working for them so far. The creepy on the Tracer able to stall out for now. The Diva and the Lucio coming back, trying to stay on point just a little bit longer. Less than 25 seconds left. More team members going to be coming on, but the respawn time is going to be increasing, and the distance shortening. 0.01 meters on this stall. Can they get to overtime crucially and prevent a second round? No, they
Goodness me. Very good stall from your stack. I think that was almost a minute hold with that, yes. With like bouncing heroes back and forth from spawn. That was really good.
It was like a fingernail width away from being capped, and yet they still managed to somehow keep stalling for even longer. But unfortunately, they were not able to stall out, those full minutes really
Yeah,
that they
like
had. And Theseus able to capture the point, which gives them a second round, an opportunity to have a go at winning this match. Theseus with a 1 minute time back now because of the rules of hybrid.
mhm.
And it gives your stack not that much of an advantage really going into the fight.
Not as much. And like you said, with the rules of hybrid, whoever has the lowest time bank is forced to attack first. I think Theseus will probably benefit from this. I think they would choose to attack first on this map, so I think they'll be happy with it. 48 seconds can be enough time for it to win or lose. It's definitely enough to have at least an extra fight on top of it. So I'm guessing your stag will probably still be happy with his time bank.
Yeah, well, it all comes down to this first point and the second push as well. Sorry, the first push onto the second point. Can they capture the high ground in a short enough period of time? The two areas that they need in order to really capture and ensnare the point. Because as soon as you get that, you've won this round.
100%. We do see your stat is playing the end run again though, which can't say I'm surprised. I think that this is just a character I enjoy. We should not be picking a lane into an end run. We need to be going main. And run is forced out there. They can take high for the hits, yeah.
They are able to push them back a little bit. Creepy able to pick up a kill though for your stack. That's going to be putting on a damper for Theseus. They might only have one fight left if they are not able to end this quickly. Holden though has another change of heart though. It's able to pick up 3 kills. You're standing down to 2 members, Diva and back. Diva is able to remake thankfully from Theseus, giving them
really
even more time and advantage.
Very keen engage from Theseus onto Yanran. We just need to play slow here. Just play for the OC. Really, I guess they're trying to just force a touch here, trying to stall out the point. That was quite unlucky from the Diva. Okay, so tossed out. Okay, we need to have at least we need to keep one person on point at all times now from Theseus, as it is in overtime. There's no extra time going to get put onto the point, and that is going to be the Lucio Spob from Theseus. They need to stay on point, but now Theseus needs to realise they're going to be down to support every single fight if they take it out of point range. They need to be careful.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's going to be a huge advantage that your stack are surely going to be aware of and hope to capitalize on it. Theseus, though, they have their ultimate overclock and they've got a long corridor. Hopefully, they're going to be trying to use that to their advantage. Overclock comes out, he's trying to look for a couple of kills now that the Diva has gone and left them apart. But Aran here is on the side trying to pick up the kill. Who's on the point? Prevent them, trying to force them back into an easy place to get engaged. He's able to find at least one kill. Your stack are down, just too many members. And the ultimates from Theseus are more than enough with the Kiriko ultimates.
Yeah, I think they got a little bit scared with the Kyriel. Do I think it's justified? 100%. It's OT. You cannot risk losing a fight. So I'm more than happy to invest that Kitsu. Bomb was used from the side of your stack. I didn't see when that was popped. Not sure so smart. We do have 3 ults again from Theseus. Beat Bomb and the Blade from Pop. It is popped early though, trying to force them out.
And it is able to pick up one kill onto his back. They're doing incredibly well so far. The bomb comes out, actually trying to get a kill, just not able to find anyone. Beat as well to try and keep the survivability. Creepy is on a roll, at least for now. Popping the overclock, able to find a kill, trying to find the damage. But the supports are just not there yet for Anna. The Diva uses the bomb to try and clear the point, forcing them away, making the Diva, you're gonna have to commit your remake. It's more than enough to keep them away from point, prevent them from getting second point. And that was not looking good, but they were to pull it back.
Yeah, that is. I don't think they can complain about that push, but that fight was 100% winnable. Like they already got the early pick onto the Vendetta, but I think they got slightly too. They just overestimated what they could get away with. They went slightly too deep. I love seeing Task Manager open. Love that. Yeah, just just overestimating what they can get away with. That was just like quite unlucky. Do I think this is winnable? 1,000,000%. 1 minute 48 is definitely enough to cap point and have extra time whilst pushing, compared to Theseus when they were forced to use OT, so they can have somebody off point for an early fight if they want to, as if they cap on their first fight, and if it's a quick fight at least. Again, I'm not. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if I'm seeing anything. Let me wipe my glasses. Do I see a Bastion with? A,
On the side
okay,
of your stack?
okay, that's better.
Oh.
Okay, there. We got teased. We did get teased. That is quite unlucky. I think we're gonna see the Widow. If they get a pick with this Widow, this is a fight winning play if they can get away with it.
Bastion, though, the best clanker around. Much better than Zen, don't fight me.
Not finding anybody on the end of the pick. We do see swap onto the Kiri Souls again. That does stall out a little bit more time, only 10 seconds. So I think they'll take that trade. Oh,
Yeah, they are going to be pushing up onto the right-hand side of the high ground. That first area there is now theirs. Trying to take the second, now pushing up with the help of the Diva. Charlie almost captured it now. Now they're going to give them back for a retake. All thanks to Vendetta as well, staying up on there, the high ground, preventing them from doing too much. Now they're going to be stuck into this little corner. Vendetta swinging her blade around like a Beyblade, is able to pick up a kill. Now they're just focusing down this Diva or D-Max now. 1 minute left on the clock. No chance hope for Yuurrr here to get the victory. That's right, this fight win.
That was a very, very... Again, that was just a silly move from the side of Yuurrr trying to go inside the Mega Room against a comp that's playing Vendetta. You're just asking to get burned. There's no escape for you going inside of there. There's, like you said, there's 38 seconds on the clock. No ults built at all from Yuurrr. Theseus is getting slightly close to their bomb. Like, this is going to be a full macro last fight. Whatever team is better with their core, with their fundamentals, is going to win this.
Hopefully so. I mean, you're going to be seeing here playing in aggressively, trying their best to disrupt and remove the team of Theseus. Pushing up high, he's able to get the kill. Will they find a second? Well, they're pushing them back at least. And now Yuurrr, they have one member on the point. D-Mac comes out here, the Diva here. Of Yuurrr playing aggressively first. Finds a kill, but is it being supported here by them? And they have an ultimate. Will they use their ultimate? They do. They go for the cheeky little ultimate. Will they find a kill? They find someone. I don't believe it. They're able to find a kill and Holden, who've been building their ultimate, been incredibly valuable so far. They're in overtime still. They're in the same situation the Theseus were in last time.
1,000,000%. Really nice ult actually able to find a pick. It looked very like a kind of panic ult. Like they got really scared at the end. Finding the pick on to Holden there was very, very good. We do have 5 ults from Theseus now against the 4 from Yuurrr. I really don't think it's smart putting your soldier on points splitting this early now. 3v5 on front line. This is a very risky move. We now have all 5 ults. Okay, we do open with OC though. Theseus for a pick.
New rushes get played by both of these teams now. Are they going to be able to make good use of this overclock, this extra damage as well? Surely they're going to be able to get the kills that they need, but Holden is able to find a pick of themselves. Yuurrr down 2 players, beat his used, and they go down as well. Just 2 members remaining. Are they going to be able to stall out like they did before? They're just not able to.
Oh, I'm so happy. Yeah, I'm going... Okay. I know for a fact Mary's going to watch this back. Mary, you are getting slaughtered for that Konsune. But apart from that, was really, really good. I think, like I said, I think just having the fact that they were already down 1 ult for that last fight, Theseus having 5 and Yuurrr having 4, made it so much harder for them to win that. It was really, really close. Definitely closer than it should have been, but you cannot, like, having an extra ult in your pocket, being able to apply that on top. It's just something you can't overlook.
But I think the real thing that went on here, in my opinion, is like these compositions that they pulled out was probably the main difference. I think,
Yeah.
I don't think we would have been in the same situation if Theseus had started off on the composition that they started off on, because they went brutally on that first point just got rolled, and but they were able to do very well on the final hold, just holding it as well as they could with against the Winston. But I feel like if they maybe started out with a diva, they would have also been in a strong position, especially on that last point where I think diva's is stronger than Monkey,
Yeah,
and Monkey as well, just not a strong hero overall in the meta.
you're definitely correct. I'd say Winston is definitely not in. I will not say he's unplayable. I'm a monkey sig two trick. He's not unplayable. He's still definitely a good, especially in dive. He definitely has his place. Playing monkey on a map like this, when he's like you said, when he's not in his strongest state, is definitely something that's very risky. It's very niche. I don't think you. Oh my! There goes my camera. Um, I don't. I just don't think it was the smartest point. Like I said, that third point was a big struggle for them on the monkey comp. I think looking at that, I think the main thing they were starting to struggle with was the fact they're running Anna. Like Nano is a great ult you can have in a comp. Playing it on Kings where your Anna is forced to do pretty long rotates, especially for the first defense. If they lose that first statue corner, if they drop off height, they're forced to do a big rotate or just sit in main. Like either way, it's not comfortable for Anna to play. We saw like a nice anti nade in spawn for their first defense, which did get 20% ult charge. Lovely to like be able to farm that that quickly is good. But I just prefer a Kiri or a BAP over the two. It's just a little bit better in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I do like Anna. I think there's a lot of potential in an Anna as well on this map, but I think you're just losing out a lot on mobility and survivability as well. Sure, you have that sleep, but you dive in. You've got about three other members there as well who are going to be jumping you and trying to take your life in the backline as an Anna. And to get on a good position, like you're saying, you've got long rotations as well. Whereas, with a BAP, yeah, you got your survivability, you've got a bit more than an Anna. You can jump to the high ground as well to reposition much, much quicker, especially on that first point as well, where you really need to hold those areas. If you lose two of those areas, you've lost the first point.
Yeah,
Which is
100%.
something that I want to point out. It's something that some of the top teams have somehow forgotten. I recently I think it was the Stockholm World Champions. Uh, I can't remember which team it was, but they decided all to just sit in hotel instead, like they were playing goats, and just completely ignore the high ground, and so they just got absolutely rolled on the first point. But I'm glad to
Yeah.
see that these teams are aware of this key design part of King's Row.
Um, I think, I mean, like you said, there was one point, I think it was in the boot camp, like the most recent boot camp, where even Korean teams, which are notoriously known for being the best teams in the world, at least for Overwatch, for some reason they were just completely ignoring high ground and they were kept putting their tank on statue, which for situations like this, where some teams will put their team on statue, um, but at really high level play, there's no point. They're just going to completely zone you out. You're not going to get value. They're just going to go straight into your back line. Like, there's no point. There's no point in doing it. And there's times where they would just completely overlook, like you said, the different lanes on this map, the high ground, hotel, and the stairs on the left side. The fact I think every single time teams did put somebody on the stairs to mark that lane, it's a really smart move.
Yeah, absolutely. I just wish though that my teammates in comp would also be aware of this instead of flaming me the moment I go up onto the stairs. Sure, I'm not trying to, stay there forever. I want to leave as quickly as possible when, if we
Yeah,
get pushed out. But like just by being there, I'm threatening that I'm holding that space. I'm threatening people who are trying to come in. I'm got good sight lines where I need to go, and I'm holding that lane. I'm preventing other people from going there. They have to invest resources to go get me. Um,
yeah,
I just wish my teammates in comp would go and understand that instead of saying that I'm inting or something. It's like, "Oh, get away from there. Oh, I need to be up here. Take one of
yeah.
these spots."
I generally think comp players hurt, especially this season. I'm guessing if you're saying you're taking stairs, are you a DPS player by chance?
I am, yeah.
I guessed as much. As a tank, I'm sick to my back teeth with people this season on both DPS and mainly DPS players. That's not pointing fingers at you, but it is for some reason impossible to play this season. At least on my main on my like favorite accounts. I have multiple accounts for different. They all have different purposes. Some I literally have just because I have a skin on that account that I like. One of my accounts called Dustin. I purely have it because I like the Maestro skin on Sig, and that's why I have it. My friend gifted me the account over a year ago, and I love using that account. It's so much. I just love it. I've made a brand new account called Maharaga. I've finished watching Jujutsu Kaisen. I love it so much. It's well, I say finished watching. I've caught up to it. It's so good, and even just having a name, having a skin, that to me, I prefer that over a rank. Although somehow placing a fresh account, which was Maharaga, got placed, I believe Masters 3. I think it's now Masters 2. When all of my other accounts, which were Masters, have been reset and have been hard stuck Diamond, I'm sick to my back teeth with it. I hate comp this season. It's
uh,
awful.
yeah. I should probably try and place on a new account as well at some point because I have a feeling that I am not the rank that the game likes to keep me at for one reason or another. But I've always got to make sure that you're paying attention and staying focused throughout this. And one of the things that you're going to have to be paying attention to is these DPS players, especially on Watchpoint
Yeah.
Gibraltar. I'm just going to be really curious to see how these players are going to be dealing with that high ground. Yeah, we've seen a lot of venture, but it's an open high ground. We've seen
Yeah.
a little bit of widow cheeky play. Are we going to see more of that? What about the tanks? We've seen lots of diva play and some monkey play from both of these
hmm
teams. Are we going to see that? We're not. Is the answer.
Okay. I I will put money down right now. I think if your stack is going to win a map, it is this map. Um, I won't roast my team too much. I think they already know what I'm going. They know what I would say. I'm not going to bless their hearts. Dive is not their strong suit. Not by a long. By no means necessary would I say they excel at dive. Is it unplayable? No. I've tried multiple times to teach them dive. I think they understand the concept of dive, but executing it for them is a struggle. They have a very good Genji player in Holden. Valentine, we have two, well, I have two phrases for this team, which is Valentine Bubbles and Mary TPs, or like a Mary play. Like I said at the very start, my Kiri player has a massive issue with TP Suzus for no reason. And when we did try to do monkey comps, Valentine has a very common mistake of using his bubble to peel for backline, or just use it defensively and sit there and hold right click like, like when he has no reason to. Will I see Monkey here? Probably. There's not a tank on Valentine's hero pool that he can play here. Um, or we're gonna force a Zarya comp, which they will struggle to, since I think like we saw on Kings Row, I think your stack likes Winston. This is definitely a map they're gonna play. But again, you kind of look the ban as well from Theseus banning Anna. I force like if for me, I don't know about you in terms of scrimming. Teams either prefer Anna Brig or Kirilu. There's no in between from what I've seen. I'm personally I like Anna Brig. I think Anna Brig's definitely my favorite backline.
Yeah, I think Anna Brig is probably one of my favorite ones. Although I some part of me also likes Anna Zen, and I know that that's like the greediest backline you
I
could
beg your
possibly
pardon.
have. I just kind of like it, you know. I mean, it's kind of like saying that I really like playing Widowmaker, even though Widowmaker's trash. You know what I mean?
I
You've got
mean,
better options. You've got your
yeah,
Sojourn, you've got your Ash, you know. But You know, I just like I like Brian as well. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, I mean, don't, look. You don't have to talk to me about greedy backlines. My favorite comp of all time is Zembrig Ball. That's fun.
ooh,
That was fun. Okay, and we do see Valentine on the Winston. Valen, please do be proud. Please, I want to see some good Winston gameplay. Holding on the Vendetta, which I was expecting to see a Reaper, to be honest, on this map. And like we said for Eurostack, they're running Kiryu. This might be a struggle for them if they're really comfortable with the other pick. So this is going to be quite hard for them if that's the case.
yeah. Well, it's good to see a Juno as well. It's something I was thinking about in the previous map whether a Juno would make any sense, but it really wouldn't. But here you've got so much verticality as well. You can really help with playing things, but Juno's just not really a main support in how you play compositionally, right? You're not really trying to get those early picks in the same way that like Lucio, Rig, the other character, Wujang, that's it, has been playing. But I've been digressing far too much, and I'm sure many people have been putting in their predictions to who's win, especially after a wonderful commentary by Sherman. But so far, I guess it is looking pretty strong for your stack. I have to agree. Like, they are holding this point well so far. They've not been denying the space from your stack. So from Theseus.
Yeah, a nice little trade though from both DPS, both hit scans, falling from both teams. Nice little trade. I think both teams are overlooking one key thing. Neither team has somebody that can consistently contest the point. There's no, I don't see a tracer from either team. Your stack, the only person who can read them is Monkey. Like he's doing. That's my Monkey.
Okay.
But yeah, both teams, mainly the Monkey's anyone that can contest the point. So this is going to be a little struggle for both teams when they want to attack. I think defenders are definitely going to have an easier time, at least playing against these comps.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see how these people are going to be playing this. Oh, jumping in there with the Monkey, thanks to the bowler shots. Playing off their team as well as they can, but isn't able to pick up the kills that they need. Theseus, though, they're jumping in, trying to find the picks that they need with the Vendetta. Unfortunately, they go down in their dive, and that's one member down to Theseus. All the while, Gustak, their Kiriko is alive by some miracle on 1 HP. Gets healed back up again. They are able to, you know, live, and that's really the crucial place. It was a narrow line, but they won that little brawl that happened.
Yeah, I mean, Theseus now have pretty much 5 ults coming up. I think, like I said, your stack are just playing this a lot smarter than Theseus are. It's not, like, this is not their strongest map. They need to play for a shorter dive, like, they're just trying to do they're trying to do like a big hit, which is not where this comp's going to excel playing with Vendetta. We do see Primal pop from Valentine. We do get a trade onto the Kiri after both Kiris are dropped from both teams. We need to see another ult invested for this from both teams probably to make this fight easily winnable. Vendetta is 1 HP from the side of your stack. Oh, Bowler's popped. Monkey's 1 HP. Oh, that's really unlucky.
I love to see it though. Unlucky for sure, but beautiful for me.
It was a very well placed bowler. I cannot complain about that. Like, I just think that, like, looking at this, the Juno beam is going to be really awkward to use, at least for this point. We see OC pop situation. Can we get a pick with it doing this? Beam is popped down point. So I'm doing a jump. I keep doing it.
It does not matter, but here we are once again in another brawly fight. There just seems to be absolute chaos from both of these teams. Holden, though, able to find the picks that they need to find. Stack now, with just a couple of members are remaining, but the Monkey is on the card, keeping pressure. Able to find one of the kills that they need. So the Monkey is playing around cards, doing their best. The team comes in, they're able to full hold almost. Not letting Theseus cap the point there. And that is honestly devastating first hold for Theseus.
Less than half a meter. What's it called? Less than half a meter for them to Cap. That was so close. That last fight, Holden got 3 picks. That was I'm so disappointed. That was really entertaining though. Do I think this is winnable? 100%. Theseus can definitely win this. Eurostack, like I called, their engages were very engaged. Sorry, their defense was very strong. Not trying to overextend. They just playing safe, forcing Theseus out. Mate, I don't think I saw the monkey have bubble once on his engage. Again, Valentine loves his defensive bubbles, but yeah, this is definitely your stacks game to win, in my opinion. Like this is where they should have this is their map. This is their map to win.
You know what? I'm going to make a ballsy call here, and I'm going to say that I think this is the start of a reverse sweep
Oh, here
from
we
your
go.
stack.
Here we go.
That's right. I'm calling it a reverse sweep by your stack. I think they have it in them, but it all comes down to that mental game.
Oh, I got teased again. I saw the cat for a moment. I thought we were going to see our first cat of the season.
No, I think Cat would be really good at this map as well. You've just got so much mobility. You can dive your targets really well with the Cat, and it'll be perfect to combo in this really dive-oriented map. But unfortunately, it doesn't really matter if you're trying because, oh, look at this. These are getting absolutely melted here by the Tesla cannon, turned into fried chicken, and they are nothing more than a dead team. Complete wipe here. Your stack are getting so much car progress so quickly here.
Very clean for very clean. Just playing smart, like just letting them use cooldowns before they look for their engage. It's going to be one. Oh, they're forcing the Vendetta early though, top right. It's going to be very scrappy point touch.
Yeah, absolutely. But they are able to come in for a recon test, trying to find the kills that they need, but they're just not coming through. At least not yet. Creepy is able to find a couple of picks. Vendetta coming in on their counterpart and gets traded out. No stack. Dominant so far, finding it, just cleaning him up. Oh my word. Easy back, just getting the kills that they need. I told you you need to watch out for those DPS, and they have, in my opinion, proven it.
Okay, I think like we said at the start, this is definitely their map to win. Very clean attack. I don't think. What's the word? Where's my brain going?
They played it well.
Yeah, they did play it well. Like they just played it smart. Like you can't complain about that. But again, like I said, the last point was very scrappy. Kind of just play like we saw on the Kings Row defense. People just going in out. But yeah, I know I guess you're still rooting for a reverse sweep.
I am campaigning for a reverse sweep. Please join me, chat, in my campaign for a reverse sweep. Sweep, not sweet. No sweets here. They're not very tasty, but I do think that a reverse sweep is on the cards. They've played very well in the past. They played, on Kings Row, for example. I think that if Theseus are going to be making, they only need like a couple of mistakes. Maybe they need a little bit of like fatigue or a little bit of a mental game because they played dive and it's like, oh, trash, right? If you got that kind of mentality, then it only takes a couple of mistakes and all of a sudden you're starting to lose ground. You lose a little bit, you lose the fight, you lose the map, you lose the series.
Yeah, I think as soon as I saw Gibraltar, I was like, yeah, this team's gonna struggle. When I saw Diva Ban, I was like, yeah, they've lost. I'll put it quite frank. They have a very good, well, I say very good. They know how to play anti-dive. They cannot play dive. That was them absolute. I'm not. I believe it's. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it's Flashpoint next, which to me I think is going to be a really fun one to watch. I think both of these teams, apart from I'd say the Zarya, none of them have showed a comp that would be really good on any of the Flashpoint maps.
Yeah, Flashpoint is a bit of an interesting map as well. It's not push or anything
Yeah,
like that. It's you got to capture, 4 small points first. Um and I kind of agree with you as well. They're not really shown anything that would really speak to that, but I don't know. I feel like your stack have a chance here because I've seen them set up and be very aggressive, and I think that perhaps that aggression and that kind of willingness to set up for a fight as quickly as possible again, recontest. I think that that might potentially be in their favor. But then again, if maybe Theseus bring out that Zarya composition, which I think could work, depending on the map that they choose, perhaps your stack are going to be in it, and Theseus are able to um, bring the ship home.
Yeah, I I think if when they watch this back, at least from Theseus, okay, we see New Junk City. We literally did a. This is the this is the most recent map I've done a VOD with this team, I believe. Um, this is a map I want them to win, please, for the love of all that's holy. Me and the IGL of Theseus literally had a small chat before their match started about what tank they're gonna play. One of
Ooh.
like you said, one of the tanks they will probably play is Zarya. It is their main tank. They love Zarya comps. There is another tank. I won't spoil anything. There is definitely another tank that they are confident on, at least for the tank of Theseus. What are the bands looking like? Ooh, I'm not strange bands look like, at least for
I
me, looking
think
at that.
Sorry, I think that the Reaper ban makes sense for me, right? Because if I would expect Theseus to go for a Zarya comp. If I'm your stack shoes, they're probably going to go for a Zarya composition. A Zarya Reaper tends to be a very good composition that combo well with the Reaper, right? I think that the Reaper was doing a lot of work, especially by Holden, I believe, doing
Yeah,
great work on the Reaper, finding the kills that need to be in the right locations as well. If you're able to disrupt that composition, then that's great. But for they can't ban Zarya because they've already banned Zarya once before, so they can't be banning it again. So they're really only left with kind of like a few options left. Like, how can you really tear apart the
yeah,
composition that Theseus like to use? And I think that Reaper is the best choice.
yeah. I mean, look, I'm looking at it. I think, like I called at the start, your stack is going to struggle here. Monkey is not a confident tank pick, so banning Reaper 100% is justified. I think the Brig ban was just maybe to stop another Brig. Like, I can't think of any other reason why they'd want to do it. We do see the Zarya comp. Like, either way, if they're thinking of banning the Reaper because of what's it called, like the bubble engages, there's Genji and there's Vendetta for Holland to still have his fullback, so this is completely fine for them to play. I think your stack is going to struggle a little bit on this map.
Well, maybe they might switch out to a different tank at some point. Maybe a Ramaksha would be a better choice for now. But they are going to be using that monkey to jump in now to try and get a kill, perhaps onto one of the backline members. They are able to get a kill onto someone, and it's looking good. Theseus dropping 3 members so far, so 2 members so far. Zane on low HP, very little resources remaining. They're going to have to back up, but Holden is able to pick up a couple of kills. And you know what? I was wrong, but your stack
Holden,
not
you're a
looking
king,
good
mate.
at all.
You're a king. Very, very clean. Like, it started off scrappy, and then it started to slowly just went to pick from Theseus. I think like if I'm your stack looking at Theseus's comp, they need to wait for what like that. They shouldn't be doing an engage instantly. They shouldn't be looking to go straight in the pot bubble. It needs to be slide or a Zarya bubble bomb first before they engage. If they try to force an engage into this comp, they are going to lose.
Yeah, unfortunately, but that's kind of how you tend to really play with dive. Just force the engagement and try and go and spot the weakest link. But unfortunately, there seems to be no weak link in Theseus as they are dominant on the first point. And it's looking good so far, but they've still got at least one more fight in them before the next round. Nilstek here coming on with a switch to the Zarya. Perhaps not that confident hero that we've seen before. I feel like they've had some issues with the Zarya composition. Not the most confident or bold pick, but maybe going for that pick is maybe they feel more comfortable with that. Maybe it's the choice.
Yeah, I think I think it should make them feel more comfortable in terms of the comp should last longer. You see it? Oh, Fanzara just got to 1 HP off the back of the Netta roll. So just get a pick as well. I think when it is smarter. I loved it. Yeah, I'm so happy. Good stuff, Depresso. 4K from Depresso. Oh, that's my team. Good job.
Oh, I didn't even get the opportunity to be hype about it and yell at the top of my lungs about Lord's Depresso getting a 4K. I mean, it's impressive. That's exactly what you want as well. But I think that's just ridiculous that to see that. Your stack, there, to Zarya sitting there tanking the full hit of the ultimate, hopefully trying to time a bubble, I suppose. And well, anyway, we're on to the next point now as Theseus with an ult advantage. Going to be looking to set up, charging in onto the Zarya, who's so low. Not going to be able to get this. Beat comes out to keep them alive just a little bit longer. Your stack here, trying to find a pick, trying to work together. They are able to find only their spawn room, unfortunately.
I think that was just a really clean engage from Theseus. Popping Beat and OC, I'm completely fine with. The Beat's keeping them up. The OC's looking to swing out with that extra overhealth to look for a pick. Really well played. I'm more than happy with that. I think the only thing that's going to slightly scare me is the fact that we have Kitsu and Grav. Please don't pop them both at the same time. Please, Theseus, for the love of all that's holy.
Make sure that you use one of those ultimates at once so that you can really capitalize and get as much value out of them as you can. They're still playing slow. Ultimate comes out, the Beat trying to keep them alive against this hit. And the ultimates, they get staggered. Trying to get as much value as possible, Dreams, trying as much damage as possible, but they are just absolutely melting through that Zarya. You know, honestly, I wonder if a main pick from your stack is actually going to be all that they need, because I mentioned this in on King's Row, right? The Mei is
Yep.
going to be able to stop in those kind of long fights to prevent that Zarya from really getting that charge. They are going to be pushing in though with their own ultimate now. Genji Blade is being popped, trying to find a kill onto the DPS. Kiriko goes TPing away, now focusing down this Zarya. Hopefully they're able to get this kill because they have been a thorn in the side of your stack for a long time. But unfortunately, they get support, they get taken down. Sure, they've capped point, but just look at this Theseus.
So Zarya kills 2? What?
Yeah. He's still alive! How is this possible? Finally goes down.
Soldier's 1 HP. She's gonna get the health pack though. Okay, that scared me for a moment. I thought your stack was somehow gonna lose that, but yeah, nice engage. Kitsu Blade was used. I think they got very, very unlucky with the blade. I like the idea of it, but it was unlucky. We do see 4 ults for Theseus now. This is going to be a very hard fight for
Unfortunately, as Lord Depresso is coming out with an overclock, he's able to find one despite being in grab. Oh,
Claro!
Double kill with one rail, unbelievable!
That's my hit scan player. That's my hit scan player. Oh.
No, that's not the hit scan play I want to be seeing. Okay, I'm here on the side of your stack. I want them to see a reverse sweep, and I think they have it on the cards, but it's looking less and less likely as time goes on. He sees now only 1 round away, 1 little control point from winning the series. Oh, they're looking good. They've got ults.
They're looking very. Oh, hang on a minute. The big swaps from your stack. I think this is the first time we've seen Mitsuki used actually, and like you called it, literally last point, the Mei is brought out to try and help on this front line against Asari and Vendetta.
Does it definitely feel like you know, you're not able to really be present with the tank. The tank is just taking up so much space, and so if you can just isolate and be a little bit, you know, disruptive with your Mei walls, your ice blocks, you can really have a go. And Creepy is able to pick up 1 kill. Vilu is able to find a second. Holden has a word though, and they lose their tank, the valuable player in the roster. Zarya. Will it be enough for your stack because their life is on the line? The series, at the very least. The Mei.
Can we kill the Mei? Holden, please. Holden.
There's only so many things they can say as they whiff each blade. But it's enough for those to at least capture a point.
I think again, slightly scrappy. The grav was invested to try and turn the fight as they pushed. That was just a really long fight. Again, it's already points already at 50%. I think these swaps are definitely smart. From your status is definitely going to help them in like a longer brawl. So yeah, you cannot complain about it. Beat is online, so this. Oh, hang on a minute. Very, I guess, ambitious vendetta roll used.
I mean, this is why I think the Mayor's war can be so good, because it can really just isolate and shut them down. They just defeated an ultimate for free for a single ability usage. That's crazy. There's very few heroes that can do that. And
Just
they're
wait
already
till you
one
beat
player
Suzu.
down. Beat is invested as well, aggressively trying to chase down that Zarya. They're still alive with the help of support. But they eventually go down 3-on-1. They're low. They don't have the resources available to them, unlike your stack, who were able to find their first pick. And these swaps seem to be working for them.
Yeah,
Perhaps the believers,
yeah.
just have to believe a little bit harder.
This might, like, I hate to say it, but these swaps are making it really uncomfortable for Theseus. So this could be a turn for a reverse sweep on this map. Eurostack have 4 ults online again with this brand new Mitsuki ult. Let's see if this team actually understands how to use it. That's gonna be my question.
That is a good question. Mizuki ult is a bit unusual. It blocks any damage sort of coming in, so it's not the same as a Malga ult, right, where you're
No.
locked in the cage. I hope that they are able to use it at least effectively, but they're not going to have the opportunity because they go down quickly by Holden. He goes in for a quick little kill. It's able to find, finds 2
3 from Holden.
kills. Holden on a roll.
4. Oh, they're almost a team kill from Holden. Just to inform our viewers, in case people do not know how Mitsuki ult works, it's the first time it has been brought up. It's a cage style. It's a big cylinder, and the wall of the cage is pretty much a diva DM.
Yeah.
If you're inside the cage, you do not get DM. So if if Theseus rush inside of this inside of the what's his name, Mitsuki ult, they can still deal damage.
It's a little bit like a May War, sorry, not a May War, a Sim ultimate, but in a smaller, slightly less useful form. Ultimates are coming out there from both of these teams. Beats as well to try and keep them alive a little bit longer. Oh, Holden gets killed before they're able to go in for a dive, with ultimate just barely around the corner. Too aggressive, unfortunately. And now it is in your stack's favor. They are pushing Theseus all the way back, trying to find another kill maybe, but it's just not going to be found. They're just coordinated, backing off. They know it's lost.
Yeah, I don't think Theseus are gonna complain about that fight at all. Really nice grab from Valentine. That's a Mitsuki.
I'm not sure
Okay, I stand corrected. They don't know how to use Mitsuki ult.
No! Devastation!
Very unlucky. I was gonna say, I think they're gonna be happy with that fight. A little stall from the May. They were gonna be happy with that fight. Invested Grav, Blizzard, and their beat for one fight. Not a very good ult economy used from Miyostack.
Yeah, if Miyazaki, I mean, they had the opportunity to make good use of it. I think that they were just, either they were late, or well no, actually it looked more like a panic ultimate, unfortunately for them. But there was definitely the opportunity there with Theseus pushing around. If you're tracking those ultimates, you know that the grab's going to come around any moment. And they're going to be looking for just a couple of members, and that's all they need to get a win. Ultimates here coming out there for the Kitsune Rush, giving their members a much needed boost to the damage, and it's looking dire for Yorstack, losing all the resources that they need. And now it is overtime. Yorstack, they're gonna have to contest and stall it out, just like they did
Yes!
on King's Row, but it's not going to happen. Theseus coming out with the win, the series win, no less.
I'm sorry, I could not be happier. They played that so well. I will say it now. With I know we'll probably talk about it later. This is my MVP. This is my MVP.
And it's a well-deserved play of the game as well.
Lovely little collateral on the Zarya Kiri. What were your thoughts on that map? Looking at that.
I think my thoughts honestly is that the new heroes that have been added into the game, I think teams need to spend a little bit more time researching, understanding those new heroes. I think there's a number of scenarios where if they had understood the new heroes and brought them out, that these teams could have brought about a different outcome in some of these fights. I think just knowing and understanding these new heroes, how to apply them into your role, into your team composition, it's always going to give you a huge advantage against any opponent who has not done that same level of preparation. I've seen it before when Juno was added in. You play it. Sure, Juno is incredibly strong, but if you know how to use Juno and your other team is like completely caught unawares by this new hero, you're winning a map. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if even if the other hero is not quite as strong as you know other heroes, just by having a different set of utility that people aren't really aware of how to respond to that utility, I think can make the difference. Sure, maybe mind games is all that was needed, but I think there's utility provided in those new characters that they could have made great use of.
Yeah, 100%. I think for at least for Anran, which we did see a lot from what's it called? From Yostak,
Mhm,
I think they're definitely more comfortable with that character. That is a character they definitely understand. I think the only like at least for the new characters, we didn't see any Domina, unfortunately. We didn't
mhm.
see any Enray. I understand why. My team wants to play Enray. I'm not gonna force it yet. I don't. The ult's stupidly good. The ult's great, but for me, I wanted to see Cat and what's it called? I wanted to see Cat used. I think it's an annoying character. It is my permaban, but it's really funny to watch from a spectator's point of view. It can be really
Absolutely.
funny.
Absolutely. It's such a fun hero to watch play as well, especially if the cat player is able to get a couple of cheeky kills as well by dragging an enemy player off the map. It's my favorite thing to see, especially environmental kills. We did see some beautiful ones as well with that Lucio boop on King's Row. I
Yeah,
gotta say that's
that was funny.
that's like top three highlights of this entire series. Um, but the cat is a character that I think a lot of people are choosing not to pick because I think it's something that people are not quite used to playing. It's a lot like Lucio in ways where you play. It's quite a difficult character to learn, I think. But
Yeah,
um, with the perks being nerfed as well in the latest patch, maybe that's a reason not to pick it. But the DPS potential and the harassment potential of that character is absolutely crazy.
yeah. I think I think you're right, but I think we should look at our MVPs for this game. I'll let you go first. Like I can't pick between these. I can't. Oh, it's hard. You go first. I'll think. I need to think.
We got to pick one though. That's the sure. And
I
for
know.
me, I think that I am going to have to pick Holden as my MVP personally because Holden has just been doing such a great job of being consistently getting those early picks and those key picks and finding the right opportunity, the right location to be in at the right time is all it's like 101 of DPS, right? It's like
Yeah.
the most important thing to be in DPS. Doesn't matter which character you're playing, if you don't have those skills, you're not going to be doing well. And Holden for me demonstrated those skills every single map, time after time. And that's why, for me, I would have to give it to Holden.
Okay. I I know they're gonna watch this back. I love all five of you. You're all incredible. I'm so happy actually watching you play these games. It was so nice to watch. However, I have to pick Depresso as my MVP. I'm so happy with how he played today. It was like compared to what's it called? I think yeah, even Ebroff Ebroff is backing you with the whole MVP. I think it makes just because of that last map. We looked at that map. I showed like they had a really silly understanding of how to play into a certain comp player playing against, similar to what they played against today. And he just played so well. Even on Kings, he was playing really well as well. I'm so happy with how he played. So Depresso is definitely my MVP.
Yeah, I am actually also curious to see what the teams vote as their MVP. A new feature in season 4 is a little channel in the Discord that you can actually go join in the chat, and in there the teams can vote for an MVP of the opposing team. And I'm actually really curious to see who they nominate as MVP for each team. I really want to see the reason as well. We've seen some really interesting reasons as well in that. Everything from ridiculous widow that's really annoying to some beautiful plays and hit guns. So I'm most looking forward to that, honestly, after this match.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm trying to think from their point of view. I think I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think what they would think was annoying to play against, but I can't think of off the top of my head. But I think we should probably wrap it up here. We have been yapping for quite a while, so
Oh no! As if
I
it's my name.
I
Yeah.
know. But yeah, I'm more than happy to do it. But I think people do get busy. But
People want to
yeah, I
go get
think
on with their day. It's
yeah, I
true.
think
It's
that
true. You know, I think that's
we will
fair.
leave you
In that
guys with
case,
yeah.
we'll
I'll
wrap it
let you
up
sign us out.
real quick. Thank you. Without yapping quite so much, we got a whole bunch of things on our YouTube channel. Check out our YouTube channel, Crown Cup Esports, where you can find the VODs of all the matches that have happened so far. You can catch us as well in the future. In I believe Saturday, we'll be having another stream before playoffs in the future. So make sure that you have followed us here on Twitch, follow us on Twitter, and all the socials, so that you can get notified of when we go live next. Be able to join them soon with the link. And I believe that is all from me. Big shout out to all the players who played. Thank you so much to Your Stag and Theseus for playing, and the producer Ebroth, and our two amazing observers, Ember and Zeus. And it's all from me. I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.